All right, going through the portal, going through the Stargate once again. Hello, friends. This is Brendan, aka Skull Babylon, and this is not something that I'm recording live, but it's something that I'm just recording both for my sake, to journal, to document, to diary, and also to be able to just touch base with you guys, to be able to bring you guys up to speed as to where things are at, where I'm at, where the world is at, where Paradigm Shift Central is at, where other cool stuff that I want to be able to share with you guys is at. So those of you who aren't familiar, I am one captain amongst many captains of people who are working together to be able to help assist in the shift in consciousness. And through ParadigmShiftCentral.com, the main website for the project, that is something where we're encouraging people to go out there and to take action, to be able to help wake other people up by planting seeds and starting conversations and doing things like connecting with strangers and being able to be there in a different way. It's important to be able to like become aware of all this esoteric knowledge that is like just everywhere now. You know, it's a click of a mouse away. But what's more important is when we're able to actually like be able to be the extending branches that connect to the other people. Not everyone's going to find those same links that you have found on the internet. So, I mean, be it through social media, be it ideally through the original social media, the face-to-face interaction. And so just bringing you guys up to speed, I want to be able to bring you guys up to speed on one concept that I have related to time that I'm going to explain in a second, but being able to bring you up to speed on what's up with the radio show, what's up with the local Paradigm Shift London community that I'm involved with. Journey to Lucidity is another thing I want to be able to talk to you guys about, and some cool stories that have actually happened within my life that have been really, I just got this crazy story that happened last night that I'm going to tell you guys about as well. So couple things on the agenda. Like I said, I'm going to work with this video, and I'm keeping an eye on my clock at the time of this recording. It's 10:35 p.m. I'm going to go no further than 10:50 p.m. That gives me a little bit of window room, but what I'm doing here is I'm sort of demonstrating this new way that I've been working with time. Instead of just nonchalantly sort of like going with things and doing them however long they take, it's this idea where you sort of say like, okay, I'm going to work on this and this, or like I'm going to work on this specific thing or do this specific task until this point and get it done, get as much done as possible within that time period. And that's sort of how I've been compartmentalizing my efforts to juggle numerous projects that I have on the go. So it's like, okay, you know, like I'll make buttons until, you know, 9 a.m. or something. Well, what I've been trying to do actually is getting in the habit of working out in the morning. So I'll do my workout and I'll be like, all right, I'll get as good a workout as I can in before a certain time, be it like 9:36 a.m. But again, this is just something that I'm still picking up the habit of. I'm telling you where I'm intending on bringing things forward, just to be able to like bring more healthy habit into myself as an individual, really, which is ultimately what we want to be able to encourage all of us to do. Again, that idea that we're here to like empower each other to be the best versions of ourselves and to really like step into our potential within our ability to help other people as well. Yes, it's important to live this life for yourself, but like I said, when you sort of stepped into this sort of cosmic citizen identity where it's just like, okay, I get it, we're all one, that's important, but it's also important to like honor and recognize yourself as an individual still. We are all one, but honor the individual. Honor the fact that you're the only one who is you. You're the only one who can do what you do and who can bring the uniqueness of yourself to the environment around you, to share it with the people, to inspire them. And again, like there's a lot of ideas out there that are really inspiring. Yeah, and it does go back to the idea that theoretically there is no spoon. And that's something we'll talk about a little bit more later. But as an example, those who may not be unfamiliar with the Paradigm Shift community projects, we encourage people to create the physical Paradigm Shift communities, which have the regular open-minded discussion and meditation circles. Within Paradigm Shift London, just sharing as an update as an admin for that community, good. They've been going well. We're still having our regular meetings every Friday at the downtown yoga studio, and we're inviting people out. There's also a lot of other cool stuff that's happening in parallel with the growth of the Paradigm Shift community that's helping accelerate is the fact that on my as part of what I'm doing in my own life and also within the community, is the Spirituality and Youth Store, which is open downtown, that I volunteer at on Tuesdays and Fridays. So I do that, and through there, we're like giving out free hugs. We're connecting people with the opportunity to get lots of stuff, and we're also giving out free buttons here and there, and people can buy buttons, of course. And through that, people are finding out about the community, and of course, like, there's obviously somebody's not going to know about the buttons. That one's invisible to the camera, but the rockin' awesome buttons, the shift buttons, the tools. These are the things that you give to people and you use to start conversations, and they're so incredibly epic. And last night, I was at an awesome house party last night. This is what I'll tell you. I'll tell you the story. That one's got a whole story to it in itself. Okay, I'll tell you the quick story behind this. If you have this button and people ask you what it is, my simple description, that's us, like the individual standing on the checkerboards of society between the two pillars of knowledge, and in front of us is politics, but behind politics is ancient knowledge, and then behind ancient knowledge is universal truth. So you got the flower life, and then like from like the illuminated individual and higher seeing conscious source is like us, connected and always in alignment, always like in connection with it. So yeah, that's kind of what that is, and that's like why that's the paradigm shifts thing on the main website. It's just because it sort of like summarizes what it's about. It's about like stepping into our empowerment, but then like still playing within the matrix, and again, like waking people up within it. That's what I'm called to do, and that's, you know, if you're watching this, then there's a good chance that you're feeling that same thing too. And that's why we have the buttons, so that we can do this, so we can like sync people up with the main website on the side and all that good stuff. Again, the website's on the side. It's super simple. It's super epic. And through that, they connect with the radio show. They connect with the movies. You guys already know this, so keep an eye on my time. What happened last night, and I'll tell you this quick story. I've got a short list of things that I want to talk about. Well, I'm got to tell you about like free hugs and stuff. I'll do that real quick. Last couple weeks, I've been doing free hugs. Now, let me just see if I can. One sec. I'm drinking Maca with water there. I was gonna say I can talk to you and levitate at the same time. Hold on. There you go. Okay. So for the last couple weeks, I was doing like free hugs downtown, when like did free hugs like on I hope you guys can still hear me. The mic's all the way over there. But yeah, just encouraging you guys to go out and do free hugs. That's basically what I'm telling you about. And that was something that I did last couple weeks. And again, I go out and do free hugs, and I give people shift buttons, and I give them an invite to the Paradigm Shift community meetups, and it's super effective. And it's a really cool way to like just like run into people, and they respond to you, and they're just like, oh my God, like, yes, like I've been asking the universe for like something. And they're just like, yes, like this is meaningful to me. And they go home and they might watch the movies, the Journey to Lucidity movies, and they might connect with the radio show, and they might come out to the Paradigm Shift community meetup. They might make new friends, and it might be like the start of a new adventure for them. So it's always that potential. It's planting seeds. That's what we do. I feel like I need to move closer. I'm levitating on top of my exercise ball, for those of you who are curious. This is like something that I encourage. I know you can't really see it. It's because of the camera. It's like back. It's an exercise ball. So anyways, I encourage you to practice this as a meditation, should you ever feel called to. So free hugs is important. Free hug shirts are important, and you can order those through the main website of teespring.com/free love hugs. All of the information will be in the info for this video as well, so you can just scroll down or send me a message on Facebook. Getting these is a way to raise funds for the community, and there's only a few days left in the campaign, so you can check that out. There's no guarantees when like the next time they'll be available, so if you want to get these specific ones, get them before the campaign ends, and then you'll be able to use them for doing awesome stuff in your community. And I was wearing this at like the party that I was at last night, so that was pretty fun too, even though I was wearing my vest on top, so I wasn't like just like shooting it out all the time. I'll show you what I mean. So this is just like a bizarre, unofficial log that we got going on here. This is what I was rocking last night. So I was just like wearing this, and then like if I wanted to, I could just be like, oh, what, yo, free hugs, yo, and then it's just like back to a casual vest. So it's kind of, I don't know, ninja tactics, ninja free hug tactics. So anyways, if you guys want to rock that, you can get a free hug shirt. I recommend it. They're fun. They're really fun. So this is other stuff that I need to tell you about during Lucidity stuff, the radio show stuff, Paradigm Shift Radio. I got to bring you up to speed on that. 7 minutes left on the clock. Keep an eye on that. Kudos to anybody who actually watches this video. I mean, it's obviously not super concise, but like I said, it's just kind of like, it is kind of like this diary thing. It's also like a practice for me to get in the hang of. Recording like a video log like this, it kind of reminds me of the future. Yeah. It's kind of the best way I can put it. So like I said, I want to get more in the habit of this, get just like better at being able to communicate, because I know my old camera broke and now my new one, it's kind of I got to find a better converter for it because it doesn't convert files. So if I ever want to film something, it always takes like a heck of a long time to convert, which always slows me down in my process of like debating whether or not I want to actually film stuff. There's a lot of projects that I have that may or may not ever make it up online. Entire footage from multiple things, including Ohm Festival, which was another festival here in Canada that I went to back in June. The People's Social Forum, which was that big event in Ottawa. Even conscious movie reviews. I did a conscious movie review for The Giver, and I didn't finish it. I almost finished it, but didn't get completely finished with it. And I also have a conscious movie review, potentially, of Jupiter Ascending. I filmed it, but again, I haven't converted and got to the editing part of it. And again, that's just kind of, I have to pick and choose what I'm sort of working on. A lot of my focus recently has been towards the Journey to Lucidity movie, of course, and focusing on the fundraising for the third movie, which is something I'll get more into detail about later. So let me just tell you a quick story. Like I said, what happened last night when I was at this rocking house party that a good friend of ours in the community had, just super chill, like awesome music, really, really conscious like environment, lots of like beautiful art. The room was filled with art, and this is part of the story. And they also had like a visualizer projector on the wall, so like really cool stuff. One moment that was just like really pristine and so sweet and so epic for me that I had to share. On my vest, I was originally wearing a Triforce button, which is one of the buttons you can get as well. And so, I mean, I've always sort of had like this sort of like Zelda, like this affinity for Legend of Zelda Link character and everything. I mean, this, honestly, I don't even know how this doesn't happen all the time, but just to verify for those like who aren't familiar, like that's my elf ear. So, I mean, you can, yeah, it's pretty obvious, I guess. So, it's just on the one side. My other one's just a regular ear. But so I've always had like, I mean, yeah, it doesn't even really need to be talked about that much. But I mean, well, it's like this again. It's this embodying of the archetype. What does Link represent? He represents the solar hero, the one that all of us can be as well, going on this adventure, this journey, this like transformation, this internal alchemy, and just like rising to challenges, and also being really badass and kind of like a Jedi in a lot of ways. Again, this sort of like comes through in numerous themes in what I do as well. Journey to Lucidity 2 would be the obvious example. So last night I was wearing the Legend of Zelda button. Long story short, the guy who was playing there was really badass. He was like mixing stuff on a guitar and looping it, and he was playing the Legend of Zelda song from the Lost Woods. So the one that's like do 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 do, exactly, do 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 do, and it was so sick. It was like, oh, it was so pristine, and having that visualizer there in front of me, oh, it was beautiful. It was so beautiful, and it was just in the moment. So that was an awesome moment for me, and I was just like holding my heart and like had my hand on my solar plexus and stuff. I was just like, oh, thank you, universe. It was so awesome being in front of that, feeling the vibrations of it, just around good company. Only got 3 minutes left on the clock, apparently. So the other part of the story that I want to share with you, which is really interesting. Now I feel like I'm in a rush. Maybe I'll go longer. We'll see. We'll see. Like I said, this is just practice, but I do want to be able to communicate with you guys the important news. And again, like bonus points to people who are watching this. I'll get better at making them shorter. But again, it's just like me making a diary, making a journal, and you getting a chance to hang out with me. Welcome to my room. This is part of what it looks like. So the other really interesting part that happened last night, there was one of my buddies, Patrick. He makes this amazing art. Some of it's in my bag. One second. absolutely like amazing artist, and he does a lot of like sacred geometry stuff. So like this is like some stuff that I have. These are actually like some of his like very first pictures. The stuff that he does now is like incredibly epic. This one's really cool. It has a skull on it. This was his first image, and this was his second, I think, or close to. Patroclus was doing live art last night at the party, which was really cool. And supporting my friends, they were doing a raffle and everything like that to like be able to like help him. And he was doing a live painting, not painting, but like a live like sacred geometry thing on this piece of wood that he framed inside of a frame, and the frame had lights on it, and it was so cool. Just so beautiful. And so there's a raffle, and I'm like, all right, give me 4 tickets, like $5 each for 4 tickets. And at the time I was just like, okay, like I really want to get this. Like I would love to like have this in my room. And another friend of mine who was also there, and I was talking to him. I was like, oh, did you buy a raffle ticket yet? And he's like, no, I just don't have any money. I'm just like, all right, okay, well, I got 4. Like, here's what we'll do. I'll let you pick one as like a tarot draw. So I'm like, okay, like I gave it to him, charge of the deck, and like tarot is a chance for the universe to really sort of make something happen, get a message through. And then he picks the one, the tarot style, and then later in the night, the draw happens, and again, like knowing that it was possible, just putting it out there to the universe, lo and behold, his ticket was the ticket that won this piece. So it was such an interesting experience from my perspective, because it was just like such a beautiful thing. And it was just like, it obviously, like, yeah, if I didn't give him the ticket, it would have been something that I would have brought home with me. But it was such like a great experience. The experience itself was more valuable because of just the insane rarity of the fact that what happened. And obviously, like, my buddy was like super stoked about it too. He's just like, what? And I was just like, in the moment, I was just like, everyone's like, congratulations, and they're congratulating him, and I'm just like, you guys don't even know the full story. Like, what is it was so and just it was very classic, very well orchestrated moment from the universe. Good news, he's gonna let me borrow it at some point. So I mean, everybody wins in the end. But it was just so interesting. So again, it was like this idea of me of putting, like, giving to the universe, this idea of like, what does it mean to have non-attachment, and what does it mean to be able to like gift things to other people, and what's more valuable, like you actually having something, or the experience of like being able to see someone else experience the joy of something that you may have once claimed as your own. That's always an interesting thing. It's this idea of like, sacrifice isn't really the right word, but again, it's like, gifting, sharing. It's kind of the concept and everything, just being able to like pass on the good vibes. Again, like it's okay to be like, wow, I really like this, I really like this, I really like this, but by me having it, it's preventing somebody else from having it. Maybe we should play around with the idea of like, what's actually going to make me more happy is to be able to see someone else be happy with it, opposed to like me like putting my happiness before their happiness. So I mean, just something to think about. This can sort of be applied in different ways in our lives, I'm sure. So it's past 10:50 on my clock. State the obvious. Other things I just kind of wanted to talk about. Yeah, the Spirituality in You store, that's got some awesome stuff. People are coming in there, and I definitely recommend people check it out. Downtown at Richmond and Dundas, 413 Richmond Street. For those looking to check it out, again, I'm down there Tuesday, Friday, usually volunteering. And the shirts, you guys know where to get the shirts. Those are awesome. And the radio show, yeah, we'll talk about that. And we'll just finish it up. The radio show hasn't happened in a couple weeks, or it didn't happen last week, but it happened the week before that. And I'm still uploading the YouTube versions. Not that I'm uploading, it's just that I'm getting caught up on the post-production aspect of it, just like the media management. Something that like will often happen within like a short time period, unless I put it off, which apparently I did, and it's just like me getting caught up. Now I'm behind on 2, episode 115 and 116. Still haven't popped up on YouTube yet, but I'm gonna do those tomorrow. Today's just kind of been my day of rest, to be honest, and just sort of honoring that. But that's my plan, is to get caught up on those tomorrow. And in terms of the radio show tomorrow, I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure if it will happen. And reason being is just because there's some other community event stuff happening where I am. There's like this crystal singing bowl meditation that I'm pretty interested in going to check out, and also because it'll be a chance to connect with more people in my community, make some more friends, give out some buttons. So stay tuned, because I'm just not entirely sure. It's hard for me to be in two places at once, and I like doing it at that time. And I don't know if it will be on Monday, and if it's not on Monday, it would be on Tuesday. Monday's like gym training night. I'm getting back into the ninja training at the gym. Again, I'm just kind of sharing with what I got planned on my agenda. Then Tuesday, I'll probably be getting into yoga. Last week I went to yoga class, went to yoga and meditation. So that's kind of a new thing I'm bringing into my schedule. If anything, it may be Wednesday. Wednesdays are usually open for me. So, I mean, that could almost be like a thing where maybe I'll like move paradigm shift to Wednesdays for a little bit just to try that out. It's possible. It's possible. Wednesdays are usually my open days. Okay. I'm just thinking about this as I'm saying it, so we can always try it and we'll see if it works. And going back to the buttons, just to clarify, like when I was at the party last night, I was giving out lots of buttons. I had like a little like satchel pouch. I was using this. This is like attached to my waist. So I would just be like, go up to people and pull out a few in my hand and just be like, here, have a button, choose a gift. And then they'd be like, what? This is amazing. And it's awesome. And starts conversation. You can let them know about the website. And it's like a really cool way just to be able to connect with people. And festivals are a great place for buttons. So if you want to make lots of friends, then yeah, like these buttons, every single one, these buttons are friend makers. Like that's what they are. Among many other things. So, I mean, feel free to use them in whatever way is creative and works for you. It's the exciting thing about it. And again, you can check out the links in this video and you'll find the links to get those. So in terms of other stuff, like tomorrow I have to work on Journey to Lucidity stuff. I have to I'm kind of like redoing the crowdfunding campaign a little bit. I'm gonna like do a new intro that's a standalone video and remove the intro from the current video before I attempt to get the movie more viral, with the intention of raising funds and putting the focus towards like what is needed to like get people to contribute to the project. Right now, the Indiegogo campaign page, it's coming in, and there's been some donations that haven't been like directly through the Indiegogo. I will say that, and obviously the more the merrier, because that means I'll be able to ensure that I have everything I need for the production. Right now, again, like in terms of what isn't there through the crowdfunding is stuff that's coming out of my personal pocket. And right now my personal pocket is also just like being able to make sure that like I have what I need as well. So just like any help with that is greatly appreciated. And again, that's the Journey to Lucidity stuff. That's coming up in April, so that's pretty soon. And there's not really too much that I need to talk about it right now. I will say that, but I'll talk more about it later. But just letting you guys know that that's what I'm planning on doing. I mean, what I'm letting you know actually is just I'm working on getting it more viral. Like I said, you know how you guys see like those like clickbait things that go up through lots of different websites. You know, like Spirit Science Metaphysics and like just Earth We Are One and all sorts of those pages and everything. My objective is to be able to get an article like that for the Journey to Lucidity movies, and people just be like, whoa, awesome, and have that in tandem with the updated crowdfunding to be able to invite people. And again, the crowdfunding, yeah, you can get buttons through there, you can get the DVD through there, and you can just say thank you for the work that I'm putting out online. And again, like that's there's a parallel between like that art piece that my friend won last night and how I gave that, you know, I created that opportunity and it happened. Similar to the movie in the idea that, you know, for a while I was debating, I'm like, do I want to put this online for free? There's a risk if I do, in the idea that like it's two objectives. It's very simple. It's two objectives. One, get the movie as seen by as many people as possible. Two, ensure that the crowdfunding happens properly to make sure that the next movie happens. Like that's the important thing. So being and again, like, so the next movie happens, and that goes hand in hand with being able to support myself as an artist as well. So the important thing with that is that like through the crowdfunding, it's just like gets everything moving, gets everything running smooth, and it's totally possible through the community collaboration. So we'll see where things goes, and in the meantime, just continue to share the current version by all means, and contribute when you can. And just trying to think if there's anything else related to the Journey to the City. Yeah, just stay tuned for that. Thank you to everyone who's watched it. You know, it's been an absolute, like, it's been great, like, hearing from people who like right back and they're just like, yeah, like, you know, this is awesome. And even people who talk about like watching it with their kids, I think that's really cool. I think it's really cool that there are like young kids, you know, like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, who are familiar with the Journey to Lucidity movies and actually enjoy them. So shout out to you guys. You guys are the young guardians. So awesome. So with that said, as I'm still levitating, other thing I was just going to talk about was a little bit about like dream exploration and stuff like that. I've been writing down my dreams like a little bit, not the best that I can. Though I did have like a little bit of a lucid dream in the last couple of weeks. I was like underwater. It was really interesting. I was underwater and there are these like fluorescent, beautiful blue, orange, green lights, purple lights above the water, and I just like remember like being in the water and sort of like floating and like looking at them and stuff like that. And for this period I was lucid and stuff. And then there was a couple other dreams that I had where I was like aware that I was lucid and I was working on the gravity, like my gravity jumps. So but being really aware that like my thoughts were what was keeping me like up in the air, opposed to the idea of just like jumping really hard. It was more like letting go of my thoughts very softly, and that's what would allow me to float. So that was kind of cool. So I'm still working on the dream exploration and everything like that, and definitely like I know what I need to do in order to be able to like get things going. And even just like the wake back to bed method usually works. So if you wake up like a couple hours before you actually like have to get up, and even just like stretch just a little bit and then go back to sleep with like more mindfulness, that's actually like one way that can do it. And just be aware of like how much food you have on your stomach before you go to bed. That's probably part of the reason why, among other reasons, it hasn't been working for me as well as frequently, is because sometimes I'll like eat food before I go to bed. So I know. But in addition to that, you know, just going back to being able to honor yourself as an individual. A lot of us out there have some really, really cool contributions, and just like be able to be patient. Patience has been like a big thing for myself. Again, you know, just with where I'm at, a lot of time, a lot of opportunity for me to just be able to focus on myself, for me to be able to develop my relationship with myself, for me to be able to figure out who Brendan is as, you know, as Brendan. By himself. So it's cool. It's reassuring, and again, just knowing that the future still has like a lot of exciting things, and being able to like fall in love with the service that I'm here to provide as well. Being able to understand that it's not like the idea that like what is the mission? It's understanding that we are the mission. And again, what is the mission? It's to grow as an individual and to explore and to experience. And should you feel called to be able to like help make the lives of the people around you a little bit brighter, to be able to share that love, to be love. So be an individual of love. It's what I invite and encourage you to continue to do. And a lot of you are already doing it. All of you are already doing it. So just kudos, and we'll touch back more. There's not too much else that I have to say. I mean, this video is like 30 minutes long. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Saturday evening. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go like maybe work out a little bit more or do some crystal wire wrapping. Oh, that's what I forgot to mention to you guys. If anybody's interested in some of the crystal wire wraps, you can check those out. Those are a cool way to support me and what I do. So, I mean, this one's fluorite. It's pretty cool. Very simple. This one can go like super cheap. Again, just tell me whatever price you want. This one's like a little bit fancier, but still like pretty affordable. Just whatever it is that you guys want. And then there's like another, that's an opal in like gold, which is pretty cool. And this one I think is going to someone. I'm just waiting to get confirmation, kyanite. But if someone really wants it, you can send me a message too. But I'm pretty sure that I know who that's going to. And the other ones have found their way out there. The shaman stone and the shark tooth, and the wizard's eye amulet. They have all made their way out into the world around us. So that's exciting. There's something else I was gonna say. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't what I was going to tell you about, but if anybody needs space light, just let me know. Again, the space light. There's a post that went up on Collective Evolution today, and it was like, the cure to cancer is a balanced pH level. This is a great way to balance out pH level. Very easy. You just dilute it in water, just sprinkle it in water, and it's a alkaline electrolyte, and it goes like inside of the cells inside your body. It's like actually just like super minuscule crystals, and it like potassium. It's a form of potassium, special form of potassium, and like through that, like it's like a really easy way. Not like a really not easy in like the sense that it's like cheating or anything like that, but it's like efficient. It's just really efficient compared to like what today's society is trying to like prevent us from being able to have access to, which is like required potassium diet. It's really hard to just go out there and like buy like a bunch of bananas. That's not always very practical. So this is a good way to do it, and it works great as a sports drink as well. So instead of Gatorade, you just put that in. That's what I use for hockey, and it prevents muscle burn. It's an antacid, and it's also good for oral hygiene. So it's kind of like one of those things that like helps you stay younger as well. And what is staying younger? Younger is just like keeping the body more optimized in its ability to heal itself and repair itself. And oh yeah, there's this is ridiculous. This is like the main reason that I made this video today. Not really, but just to be able to like show off a bit of my like facial Viking beard thing that I got going on here. Just because I'm shaving it off tomorrow, but it'll be back in a week. But that's there just because of the opportunity, and I'll share this. I'll share this with you guys because of the opportunity. Normally, this would be like shaved off every week because of the superhero parties that I was doing on weekends. I've transitioned beyond working for that company at this point, and because of that, it like allows me to like rock this. I guess it's like a different angle. It's a different version. A different facet of who still is me. So it's interesting to sort of like bring it to the surface as well. And doing that was interesting, like just sharing the experience, because what I got out of it when I transitioned beyond that company is the idea of just like having to give back all of the suits, all like the Spider-Man suit and the Captain America suit, the superhero costumes, and being able to just like remind myself that like a real superhero doesn't need his costume. And that's what I've been about since day one. And that's what this is. I mean, you can call this costume. It's a tool. It's something that you just like put and it projects, and it sends a message to those around you. So again, just like, yeah, everything happens for a reason, and understanding that it is all love, and to just be able to trust is such a huge thing, and just being able to let go of fear, moving through things, and especially like for those of us who are just like in this really those really key moments of our life where we're still just trying to like decide which way we're going and everything like that. Just patience and trust, and also just being able to sort of go like take a risk, taking a risk, and knowing that like whatever risk you take, so long as it's like safe and logical and everything like that, like the universe like will catch you in its arms. So just be able to like have the courage to do whatever it is that you need to do, whether it's free hugs or whether it's like going on a trip to like Bali, India, and seeing what happens. So yeah, that's the exciting thing about it. Something will happen. That's the guarantee. So with that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. It's like 40 minutes long. It's almost 11:11 on my clock, to be honest. I'm trying to remember what I was trying to say before. Yeah, if this is important. In terms of the radio show, if you guys have any suggestions for radio topics, please feel free to let me know. That's very useful. Any of that information, you can post that. Send me a direct message or post it in the discussion group. And also, I want to remind you guys, for everybody who's in the community, to utilize our live chat through the main website. That's a very important thing that hasn't fully been optimized. We've been using it on and off, and I'll do my best to keep a tab on it, and even just like add it as a bookmark and add it as like a quick thing that you just sort of open on a regular basis, and to just sort of have open in the background the same way you would have Facebook chat open as a community. And again, you can go to paradigmshiftcentral.com/live chat, or just anywhere on the website. You'll see that little green icon. It will be in the bottom or that corner, and to be able to just like click that and keep that tab open it up in a new window. And that's a good place for like when new people are showing up, there's like, hey, I'm new, like what's going on, that anybody is welcome to keep an eye on that. So collectively we can all moderate that, and we can also use it to chat and post GIFs as well. The GIFs are awesome. The animated GIFs show up in that live chat like right away, so it can turn into quite an interesting party. So I encourage you guys to do that, and you can find me in the live chat on a regular basis. If you ever need to contact me, or you just want to like start a conversation, then check it out. So I'll wrap this up. And again, just encouraging you guys, should you feel called to, consider starting up a paradigm shift community. Very simple thing, just look for a location, start brainstorming, ask the universe, be like, where would be a good location for a bunch of people to meet up, sit down and talk. And the meditation is sort of secondary. It doesn't always have to be a meditation, but I mean, you can do a meditation anywhere. Coffee shops can work too, restaurants can work too, just sort of have a table in the back. And yeah, just do that. And then of course, through the main website /start a community, you can find more information on that. And it definitely is a way to change lives, and the buttons are a way to change lives. The amount of people, like I've given out, like there's like thousands of buttons in London and across the world right now. And it's really cool. It's really cool to know that they're actually like being used and actually like making a difference. So that's what they're there for. So again, check those out, grab them when you need them. They're always there. And in terms of that, just stay tuned. I'll be keeping you guys updated with the movie. Again, contribute to the crowdfunding for the movie. That's very important. And also, if you want, you can do the shirts. It's another way to be able to help support the community. And there's Spacelight and there's crystal wraps and anything else that you guys need. You just feel free to let me know. Always open to hearing what other people want to be able to help create together, so we can do that. Just send me a private message, and I'm looking forward to the next radio show. I am. And again, I'll thank you for your patience, thank you for your understanding, thank you for your support. Through doing this, through helping each other, we are helping everyone. So that's a really, really beautiful thing. So help yourself. That's also important. So to everyone who needs to hear it, I love you. Take care. And I will see you in the future. So it's 11:11 on my clock. Any second now. I'm just gonna casually just like wait till the clock changes to 11:11, just to be in sync. There it goes. Okay. Set your intention as you go through the portal, and I'll see you on the other side. One love, as always. Until next time. Peace.